booming, but our next guest says that it is a scam. In an op-ed for Recode this week, former PayPal CEO Bill Harris called the cryptocurrency, quote, the greatest scam in history, noting that it is a pump and dump scheme unlike anything the world has ever seen. How does he really feel? Bill Harris joins us now from San Francisco to stand by these claims. Bill, great to have you with us.
Hey, how are you?
Good, thanks. Reading through this op-ed, it's sort of the bear case, the critic's case that has been put forth for a long time. It's not accepted as a means of payment. There's no store value because of the volatility in price. It has no intrinsic value. Is it possible, though, Bill, that perhaps Bitcoin has not yet found its use as a cryptocurrency yet, and that we're looking at the United States where there are numerous ways of digital payment and the use of dollars is reliable and good, and we're not looking at other markets that need an alternative currency such as the emerging markets?
Well, sure, but even in emerging markets, might as well use dollars, euros, or existing currencies if the local currency is subject to hyperinflation.
You are out there in Silicon Valley, and you probably hear a lot of the venture capitalists expound on the virtues of Bitcoin and blockchain, et cetera. Is there anything about this that you think is not a scam, or do you think that everybody's just sort of drinking the Kool-Aid?
Well, yeah, so there's a lot that's not a scam, but yes, everyone's drinking the Kool-Aid. I think, just a couple of days ago, somebody relatively prominent said Bitcoin is bigger than the internet, bigger than the Industrial Revolution.
Was that Tim Draper?
Well, I didn't want to mention his name, but yes.
Okay. Hi, Bill. It's Karen.
And he's also saying that in 4 years it'll appreciate to the point where the Bitcoin or Bitcoin and all cyber or cryptocurrencies will be worth about half of the entire S&P 500. There's no relation between value and usefulness. And on the usefulness side, let me just, there's the currency, like Bitcoin, and then there's the technology, like blockchain. Blockchain technology has terrific applications, including financial transactions. But we don't need a new currency to do it. And by the way, there's no reason that a new currency should instantly have, billions of dollars of value.
Bill, it's Karen. Let me ask something. I read your piece. I agree with almost everything you said on the ICO market, but Bitcoin itself, a lot of the arguments you made, one can make them for gold, and yet gold exists as a part of people's portfolio. You can't really transact very well in it. You can transact much easier in Bitcoin, and it's only a store of value. It's not as volatile, but it's been around a lot longer. And then, these are properties that Bitcoin has as well, and people think of it as an asset class, which Bitcoin is sort of emerging as. So how do you differentiate between gold and Bitcoin?
Well, I think similarly, gold is, yes, an asset, but not something that generates revenue or profits. It's just something that sits there. And it's got a long history of being something that people will look to for stability. And in fact, it has reasonable stability in price, at least vis-a-vis something like Bitcoin. Bitcoin is, where does the value come from? Well, if it's not an effective means of payment, if it's not a great store of value, and I don't think it is either one of those things, because at very least the volatility, well then what makes it valuable? People say scarcity. There's no more than 21 million Bitcoin that will ever be minted. Fine. My autograph is scarce. I can promise that I will never autograph a piece of paper more than 21 million times, but it doesn't make it valuable.
Well, the network effect could make it valuable, right? And if you think about, listen, we could sit here and go back and forth on that. I just want to ask you a quick question, Bill. Jack Dorsey, obviously the founder of Square, recently said he thinks the world's going to have a single currency, and he thinks it's going to be Bitcoin. But more importantly, he said the internet's going to have a single currency. Isn't there some truth to the potential for that, if you think of digital age that we are kind of immersing in, and how important money is in that?
Well, sure. I absolutely believe that that money should be digital, is becoming more digital, and will be effectively completely digital. Doesn't mean we need a new currency to record that.